Hey guys, I wanted to come on here give you a brief channel update. Basically, kind of give you an idea of what potentially is in the works. Hopefully to hopefully to become a reality, I should say, by next week or the week after. Basically, what's potentially in the works is a little bit of a change up to the room. Not exactly like what I did here, with all this here, not on that level, but mainly the plan is to basically get a new television and place it in here. That's the plan that I have right now. And the plan is to get a Samsung 32-inch QLED 4K television. Now, you might look at something like this and say, well, what size, or ask, what size is your television there? My television there is, comes out the screen-wise comes out to about 24 inches, even though the border around it on the diagonally, if you will, not horizontally, but diagonally, the border is 21 inches, although the screen marks out at 24. Now, the reason I say that is as you look here, basically you might say, well, where are you going to fit it if it's 32 inches? How big is your stand? The stand is actually 28 inches, believe it or not. It's actually 28 inches, if not about 29. And that kind of works out because I looked at the diameters on the pictures courtesy of Amazon.com, and the feet actually go up to around here. So the feet actually would fit perfectly in the middle, and the TV would basically kind of go up to about here to here. So you're looking at, pretty much something that'll fit right in there. The only problem you might look at is, of course, the subwoofer, and you might ask, well, how am I going to take care of that? Well, there's two ways I'm looking at that. Two ways that I'm looking at that is, one, I can move the subwoofer down here where the PS4 is and just move the PS4 to the side. I should still have room, considering how small that is. The other option basically is to move it over to here in this area, so I can, have some room. Potentially, I'm probably looking at this. So what I'm going to have to do eventually is just disconnect the parts there on the back and then reconnect them when I put it down here. That's the best I'm going to be able to do. Now, you might say, will that make any, cause any damage, or will that cause any conflicts or anything? Not that I know of. Not that I really know of. I mean, like I said, all I have to do is disconnect the wiring on the back, the speaker wires, before I put it down there. Because if I try to put it down there with the speaker wires, it's going to be a mess. So as long as I basically take my time with it, I should be okay. Originally, and I still might look into this, but originally I was going to get a TV stand to put my TV on. Basically one of those stands that you get to put it on a shelf so you don't like damage a shelf or anything, or basically a standing mount, a TV stand, a mount TV stand, whatever you want to call it. And I'm still thinking about that, but I figured this might work out pretty much the way I was hoping it would, because like I said, the only thing that kind of holds it back a little bit is the fact that I have my woofer on there. And what I could do is move my subwoofer off of there and put it either to the side or put it right next to the PS4. Just kind of move that to the side and go from there. Now you might say, well, how would you turn it off if it's on the subwoofer's on the bottom side of the shelf? Well, it's real simple. All I would do is take this, and basically what I would do is take this and just go over here and turn it off and turn it on. That's about it. That's all I'd have to do. But if I have it like connected to here to the side, and it looks like, because if you look at where my remotes are, it looks like there's enough room to fit it in there maybe, but we'll have to wait and see. It may end up there, and it may end up basically on the side. We'll have to look into that in the future, and hopefully that future will be soon. But that's one of the major plans, basically, is to finally get a 4K television in here. And my original plan, of course, was to, kind of move things over to here and then get a bigger television or something like that. But now that I see there's one that's at a decent price that I can look into for my room, that works even better. Now, if you're wondering, well, what am I going to do with my other television? I already have a solution to that. You see, I could either put it up here, because I've had it up here before, and I could utilize it to be like the main monitor to this. I could put it up here and I could get like a 1080p picture out of that, even more so. Or what I could do, and I was thinking about this as well, is I could take this monitor, which is an ON monitor, which is a Walmart brand. It works. But take the ON monitor, take it out, probably put it in my room, or what I could do is save it so that basically my mom could have one for her laptop, because right now with things going on the way they are, they're in the works right now. They're kind of like in the final planning stages of basically doing the Zoom portion of teaching with the preschool students. So in other words, what I'm saying is that right now, her and her teachers have about a limited amount of kids, about 10 kids total, I think. And the rest of the kids are at home. But now the time is coming, I think by next month, to where they're going to be doing some Zoom calls and all that. So the thought process is take this, put it somewhere where she can get to it what I'm trying to say, here is basically put it somewhere where she can get access to it and have it connected to her computer so she can do some Zoom calls there, especially with the fact that she has an annual conference that's going to be virtual coming up next month or within a month or two. So she's going to have something to where she can see a lot better than what she can on her regular screen. So we'll probably be looking, what I'm trying to say, be looking at that as something for her in the future to work with, while I put the regular TV here, that's right here, for future use. Now you might say, well, now again, another thing you might ask, well, can you afford to get this thing? And right now, God is providing me with the finances to where if I'm going to get myself something nice, especially what's been going on with me lately, this is the time. This is the moment. And today's the first step. I'm not going to get it today just yet. I'm probably going to wait till about Monday when everything is settled in to really set everything into motion. And again, this is just something I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while. And when I finally get it here, yes, I probably will do a package opening for it. And then just go from there. Just kind of set it up, take my time with it, set it up, and have some fun with it. Again, it's just something I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while, and now I've got that opportunity. Again, you may look at that my TV stand and say, well, is that still big enough? And it is big enough, believe me, because I measured it. I've been measuring it, and like I said, I looked at the diameters on YouTube, and not YouTube, but Amazon.com. And I even saw a YouTube video on it, and the way it's positioned on the display stand that the guy had it on definitely looks like it would fit perfectly where I want to put it, and I won't have to worry too much about moving a lot of stuff, because everything will pretty much be as it is, except I'll have a bigger screen on there instead of what I have right now. Not saying that the TV I'm not utilizing right now is good or anything. It is, except now I'm going to basically upgrade to another one, to a higher one, and then, like I say, take the one there and put it in the rec room, and then the monitor will probably end up either in my room or be ending up with my mom's laptop so she could have that for future video conference calls, especially if she has to do virtual conferences, recommended ones. If not, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, what's the word? What's the word they use now? Mandatory? Yeah, mandatory. Yeah, especially if she has to do some mandatory conferences or be part of them, be part of mandatory conferences, then she's going to be able to have a screen she can actually utilize in the future. Even though the camera will be on the computer, she'll be able to see the screen in front of her. So that's pretty much somewhat of an idea of what I'm going to do. Again, plans could change and stuff, but the plan right now is to go in that direction and get this while I can, because I know that once I get this out of the way, I can focus a lot more, not just on trying to get another job and all that, but focus a lot more on taking care of bills and all that as well. But this right now is an opportunity I've been looking forward to. I've been basically wanting to look into a TV like this, but always the result always has been, what I'm trying to say is the result has always been, TVs that are much bigger than that. And not that I wouldn't have modified my room a little bit to make that happen, but right now for the living space I'm in, the 32 inch is probably the best way to go. Um, so here's to hopefully a bright future to come in the near future, because it does have a lot of options to go with it, a lot of outputs and everything. I will still be using the HDMI switcher and all that because I have a lot of stuff connected to it right now as I speak. So it's going to be an interesting scenario is what it'll be. It'll be a really interesting scenario as we move forward in the future. I think the only ones that I may have to switch out, probably put onto the HDMIs in the back, will be the cable, and then maybe my Blu-ray, my Ultra Blu-ray player, stuff like that, and DVD player, because if I'm going to capture some stuff, I capture some footage, from my PlayStation, I'm gonna want to have, the option to switch back and forth with that, and then my other game consoles like my Switch and my Xbox. So that's going to help me out in the long run as well. And again, as well as the DVD player too. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, basically it's going to be that kind of an option, if you will. So again, here's to the future and what's in store. And that's really all I can say, guys. But that's mainly the plan. That's all I want to really come on here and kind of ramble about, off script and all that, just unscripted. Basically, just let you know what the plans are potentially, and hopefully, and just go from there. And just to let you guys know, I still plan to do PMVs and all that, but just like now here's the thing. I already tested this out. I tested this out when I uploaded the 4K Ultra HD version of the Doomsday Project fan edited movie that I did a long time ago. What I did basically is I chose not to monetize it, but still they came out and said it was ineligible and that it was copyright claimed, which is cool. It's still viewable. It's just that even though I said I don't want to monetize it, they still said, hey, we're going to say it's ineligible anyway. So, but yeah, you can watch the Sonics at AM, excuse me, the Sonics at AM Doomsday Project, a fan edited streamlined movie that I put together long ago that I recently uploaded about a month ago, and now just recently several days ago in 4K. You can watch it in standard 480 or in now 4K, whichever your preference will be. So anyway, though, guys, just wanted to, again, come on here, give you a brief update of what's going on, what the major plan is, hopefully, to take place, and really, that's about it, guys. So, Let me know what you all think down below. Comment if you like, and I am out.